Welcome to Hee Haw, starring Buck Owens and Roy Clark.
Hey, Clem, you know what anatomy is?
Well, anatomy's something everybody's got, but it looks better on the women.
You know my grandpa's always losing his glasses.
Yeah, he can't remember where he puts them when he empties them.
Whoa, you'd better run that and buy me again.
You know my grandpa's always losing his glasses.
Yeah, he can't remember where he puts them when he empties them. My boy come home and said he's being kidded at school about having a big head.
Well, what'd you do?
I told him he didn't have a big head, pay no attention to what they said. Then I sent him to the store to get 15 pounds of potatoes.
15 pounds of potatoes? How'd you carry them?
In his hat.
I think I'd rather take my chance against a bald eagle than listen to some of this corn.
Hey, Roy, old buddy. I'm in terrible financial trouble and need some money bad. And I just ain't got the slightest idea in the world where I'm going to get it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. There for a minute, I thought you had an idea you could borrow it from me.
Gee, it's nice we could all get together tonight.
Though seemingly impossible, we once again present the continuing story of the Culhanes of Cornfield County. The story of a small-town country family who some folks might call silly, but we prefer to think of as merely foolish. Well, it's late evening at Cornfield County as we hear Cousin Clem say to Cousin Junior,
Grandpa's been hitting me for 9 to 15 years. Hitting me, punching me, kicking me. Does it all holler. Why does he do that?
Beats me.
You too? That don't beat all.
You mean he beats us all up?
I ain't had no word on that. What does he do that for?
He gets a kick out of it.
Tune in again next week when we hear Lulu say,
The trumpet was invented by Charles Jordan.
Well, ain't that a hole in your boat?
Highbrow is a person who can listen to the William Tell Overture without thinking of the Lone Ranger.
Buck Owens.
Oh, the sun's gonna shine in my life once more. Love's gonna live here again. Yes, and things are gonna be the way they were before. Love's gonna live here again. Well, love's gonna live here. Love's gonna live here. Love's gonna live here again. No more loneliness, only happiness. Love's gonna live here again. All right. I hear bells a-ringing, I hear birds a-singing. Love's gonna live here again. I hear bees a-humming, and I know the days are coming. Love's gonna live here again. Well, love's gonna live here. Love's gonna live here. Love's gonna live here again. No more loneliness, only happiness. Love's gonna live here again. Love's gonna live here again.
Most insomnia is caused by lack of sleep.
Which is further away, England or the moon?
England.
Why England?
Because you can see the moon, but I can't see England.
Lord, my Grandpa Piner drank something awful.
I know he does. I tasted it.
Here is Grandpa Jones.
Uh-oh, Grandpa broke his strings.
He broke his what?
His banjo string.
Well, tell him to fix it.
I'm nervous as a cat at a dog show. I can just see all them producers and everything up there. Tension's got me, that's it. That it?
Now, here's Grandpa Jones with his strings fixed.
Take that night train to Memphis, like a night train to Memphis. When you drive it to Memphis, so don't turn down my expectations. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Oh, we'll shout hallelujah all the day. Oh, we'll have a jubilee down in Memphis, Tennessee, and we'll shout hallelujah all day. Take that night train to Memphis, take that night train to Memphis. Tell the engineer to pull the throttle over. Keep that engine stacker smoking, I'm not kidding, I'm not joking. I'll soon be with my gal, I'm hoping. Hallelujah! Oh, oh, we'll shout hallelujah all the day. Oh, we'll have a jubilee down in Memphis, Tennessee, and we'll shout hallelujah all the day.
When a man gets old enough to read a woman like a book, he's too old to start a library.
Wouldn't that crease your son to go to meetings?
Sometimes it's hard to be a woman, giving all your love to just one man. You'll have bad times, and he'll have good times, doing things that you don't understand. But if you love him, you'll forgive him, even though he's hard to understand. And if you love him, oh, be proud of him, 'cause after all, he's just a man. Stand by a man, give him 2 points to cling to, and something more to come to when nights are cold and lonely. Stand
She's my favorite.
You know, this storekeeper here is pretty stupid. I think I'll just pawn off one of these counterfeit $18 bills on him. Sam, can you change this $18 bill?
$18 bill? How would you like it? 2 9s or 3 6s?
Well, let's stick our nose in the KORN mailbag and dig out another letter from one of our prescribers. Says, can you help me? Last summer, my whole family come down with just a bumper crop of hives. The epidemic lasted for pretty near 3 weeks, and by the time we got the doctor bill, it said hives, $150. So them being legitimate medicated expenses, I put the whole rang-dang-do down on my income tax. Well, sir, yesterday I got a letter from the federal government asking me for my revenue from beekeeping. What do I do next? Signed, Cecil Huffhines. Well, now, Cecil, seems to me you might as well go ahead and take up beekeeping instead of trying to fight the federal government. Either way, you're going to get stung.
I had a dream last night about a fish. I dreamed I was a fish in a swimming hole. And I'd been in there for quite a while. I weigh about 3 or 4 pounds. And had a bunch of little fish in there with me, and they had me a place doodled out over again the bank. In the muskrat hole there, and hit plumb full of little fish, you know. Well, it's drying up, and I was perishing to death. You know, this water getting lower and lower and lower. I'd made it up with a crane. Y'all see these cranes with the big old knot on their neck, you know, big old dimple thing? Well, I'd made it up with him, you know. He'd bring me a mouthful of water, and I'd swap him a fish for it. And every time he'd bring me a big mouthful of water, I'd take my tail and flip him one of them little old fish out on the bank where he could get it. And Grace woke me up just a beating me with a pillar, hollering, wake up, Junior, wake up. I said, what's the matter? And she said, you've done knocked me out of the bed 4 or 5 times.
Wouldn't that cock your dang pistol?
I crossed an elephant with a dog.
What'd you get?
A nervous mailman.
Here's George Jones.
Well, in North Carolina, way back in the hills, lived my own family hanging still. He brewed the wine like the sun went down. Fill him a jug and he passed it around. Lottie, pass this one squeeze. Shh. Oh, what a light. Well, a Jeannine Riley, searching for a place to remain. They were looking, trying to book him with my family together cooking. Shh. Ooh, what a light. And my face turned blue. Light started flaming, thunder started crashing. Shh. Ooh, what a light. Well, a Jeannine Riley, searching for a place to remain. They were looking, trying to book it with my baby. Shh. Ooh, what a light. Well, the city's liquor came and he said, I'm tough. I think I want to taste like farm stuff. He took one to scrub and drink it on down. I heard him moaning as he hit the ground. Mighty, please, make this one squeeze. Shh. Ooh, what a light. Well, the Jeannine Riley, searching for a place to remain. They were all right and booking for my family killer cooking. Shh. Ooh, what a light.
How did your corn crop turn out this year, Junior?
About 3 gallons to the acre.
In India, it's illegal to keep an elephant in your bathtub.
Well, some folks say it's bad luck to postpone a marriage.
Yeah, but if you postpone it long enough, it's not. Willpower is the ability to take just one drink from the jug.
Here is Roy Clark.
Hey, I crossed a raccoon with a skunk.
What did you get?
Got a dirty look from the raccoon.
I'll tell you, I was reading in a poultry magazine, I believe it was, where an old feller over here at one of these colleges had invented a machine about that long where you could tell whether an egg, when it hatched out, was going to be a hen or a rooster.
No.
Yeah, and I can tell you a quicker way to do that. You don't need a machine. You just take the first day the little chickens come out of the shell, and you sprinkle a little bread down in front of them, and the little chickens come up to eat. Now, if he eats it, it's a rooster, and if she eats it, it's a hen. I had an uncle that raised chickens for a living. He had Dominicers and red-eyed Rollins and everything. He had one old educated hen, and she beat anything I ever seen. You could wear a checkered shirt out there, and she'd lay a checkered egg.
Really?
Yeah. And he would lay a blue shirt out there. I mean, and she'd lay a blue egg. And you could wear a green shirt, and she'd lay a green egg. You know? Well, the poor thing's dead now.
Oh, what happened?
Well, my cousin come in from the army, and he walked down through the chicken yard with the American flag on his shoulder, and the poor thing died of trying to do her duty. Well, another cousin come in not long ago, and he was a bomber pilot.
Oh, yeah. An airplane.
Yes, and he brought a parrot that he had carried with him over there, you know, a pet parrot, and he put it out in the chicken yard, you know, with the chicken, and now every time a hen lays, why, that old parrot will holler, "Bombs away!"
Lots more corn than you find in the corn crib.
You can keep your hair from falling out by knotting it on the inside.
A freak snowstorm has just deposited 3 feet of snow on Cornfield County as we find the Culhanes talking about something else entirely.
Are you going to the fish fights this year, Cousin Clam?
Well, I might, if I can get my trained walleye up to fighting weight.
He's the light heavyweight fish champion of the world now, ain't he?
Yep. But you see, they got him matched against Cassius Carp next week. Won't be no pushover.
Fish fight. Can't you boys talk about anything except sports?
Oh, here comes the snow cloud.
Tune in next week as we hear Cousin Lulu say,
My underwear's on fire.
My big sister just had a little baby, and I want to find out if it's a boy or a girl.
Well, why do you have to know if it's a boy or a girl?
So I'll know if I'm an aunt or an uncle.
Here is Faron Young.
Loving me to you seems such a bother. You made it easy for me to love another. So don't blame her for stealing me, 'cause you let her. And where your love stopped, she went a little bit farther. You changed so much, I was more at ease with a stranger. It wasn't so hard, our love was already in danger. She does everything that pleases me, and you never. And where your love stopped, she went a little bit farther. She went a little bit farther to make me feel loved. She considered my feelings, now she's all that I'm thinking of. So don't blame her for stealing me, 'cause you let her. And where your love stopped, she went a little bit farther. So don't blame her for stealing me, 'cause you let her. And where your love stopped, she went a little bit farther. And where your love stopped, she went a little bit farther.
Grandpa, let me taste that stuff. Ooh, that's awful.
See, you thought I was having a good time.
My grandpappy lived till he was 90, and he never used glasses.
You know, a lot of folks drank it right straight from the bottle.
When I was young, I was poor. I had no shoes. I just painted my feet brown and laced up my toes.
Last night I dreamed I was riding in this airplane, so I jumped out in a parachute and pulled the ripcord.
What happened?
My pajamas fell down.
This ain't no cornfield. This is a corn bin.
I'm gonna marry a doctor so I can stay well for nothing.
I'm gonna marry a groceryman so I can eat for nothing.
I'm gonna marry me a preacher man so I can be good for nothing.
You know, I met a man claims to be related to you, and he can prove it.
Oh, the man's a fool.
Well, that may be just a coincidence.
Charlie Ferguson here with some KORN news from your educational front, if you'd like to know what's going on at your front. Mr. and Mrs. Arden Guffey of Pisgah Lake are home from visiting their boy at John Dewey Junior Teachers College. But when they first got there wasn't no hide nor hair of him. And they was afraid that something might have happened to him. So they called up the local jail. And there he was, safe and sound, and all their worry was for nothing. And that's the good news from Charlie Ferguson.
My wife and I had some words last night, but I never got a chance to use mine.
Here's Buck and the Buckaroos.
It takes people like you to make people like me. From the great Rocky Mountains to the shores of the sea. From the sands of the desert to the tall oak tree. It takes people like you to make people like me. Those skies may turn gray for a while. You can brighten each day with a smile. And wherever you go, I want you to know it takes people like you to make people like me. It takes people like you to make people like me. From the shores of Alaska down to sunny Tennessee. And from New York City to Los Angeles. It takes people like you to make people like me. Those skies may turn gray for a while. You can brighten each day with a smile. And wherever you go, I want you to know it takes people like you to make people like me. It takes people like you to make people like me.
You know what the Grand Canyon is?
Yep.
Do you know it took over 1 million years to dig that big old hole in the ground?
What was it, a government job?
Bananas are understanding.
Junior, I hear tell y'all got a TV. Now you have to put an antenna up on the roof.
Yeah, just like Mama always said, one thing leads to another. Now we'll have to put a roof on our place.
Pardon me, would your name happen to be Archie Campbell?
That's exactly right. You got it exactly right. Archie Campbell.
Well, I got a few questions I'd like to ask you, Mr. Campbell.
Now, wait just a minute now. If you're going to ask me questions, you realize, of course, you're in the busiest barber shop in town. We grossed $85 last week, netted 22. If you want to quiz me, I'll just refer to the book here. You see, I carry this little book. and everything's in alphabetical order. Places I've been, people I've met, things I've done, it's all in the book. So if you're going to ask me questions, I'll refer to the book.
I certainly hope that what I want to know is in your book.
All right, go ahead.
First of all, I'll start right back at the beginning. Is or is not your name Archie Campbell?
Well, that's right. I don't have to look at the book for that. All right. I know that.
Were you or were you not in Richmond, Virginia last July?
See, that comes under P for places. Yeah, Richmond, Virginia, last July. July the 4th. I was there.
Well, all right, Mr. Campbell. While you was in Richmond, did you happen to meet a girl named Ruth?
Let me see, that comes under C for contacts. Yeah, met a girl named Ruth in Richmond, Virginia. Sure did.
All right, Mr. Campbell. Did you happen to take that certain young lady named Ruth out to dinner one evening?
Let me see. To dinner? Comes under E for expenses. Yeah, had it right there. Took her out to dinner. 4 beers and a hamburger.
Now, after dinner, did you take her home?
Let's see. Now, that comes under P again for promotions. Yeah, got it right there. Sure did. Took her out to dinner.
All right, Mr. Campbell. Now,
Took
when
her
you...
home after dinner, then.
Well, all right. In any order you want to. But after you took her home, did you just happen to kiss her goodnight?
Now, let me see. That comes under AP for added pleasure. Got it right there. Sure did. Kissed her goodnight.
Well, I happen to be Ruth's husband, and I don't like it.
Let me see. That comes under O for opinion. And I got it right there. I didn't like it either.
Hey, wouldn't that knock your hat in the creek?
You yelled at me, darling, your voice was like gravel. You scared the mockingbirds right out of the trees. I'm singing this song and I hope you will hear it. Darling, oh darling, don't come back to me. Well, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I'd found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Here's a pig bolting on that big revolt out of the Rumble farm. Emery says his hogs are still on a hunger strike, and they started to terrorize the chickens. You see, the pigs feel the chickens get the pickings, while they only get the lickings. Well, the hens claim that what they're given is nothing but chicken feed. And about all Emery hears from his pigs is, don't give us that hogwash.
I crossed a hyena with a parrot.
What for?
So I could find out what the heck he is laughing about.
Norman Rockwell draws more people than baseball.
Okay, now let's study words. What is a grudge?
That's where Papa keeps his car.
George Jones.
Walk through this war with me, where I'm going. Share all the dream with me, hide in your for you so. And now that I've found you, new horizons I see. Come take my hand and walk through this world with me. Come take my hand and walk through this world with me.
The human body is like a mighty river. The river runs swiftly, fed by the spring snows, and the body, well, it, actually, they're nothing alike.
I'm picking. I'm grinning.
Hey, Buck, did you ever know when cows get scared, they hide in trees?
That's ridiculous. I've never seen a cow in a tree.
See how good they hide? Hey, Buck, where'd you get them checkered breeches you had on the other night?
I won them in a checker game.
I don't believe it.
Hey, Roy. Can you tell me where that road goes?
Well, I've been around here for about 20 years, and I ain't never seen it go no place yet.
I crossed a raccoon with a greyhound.
What'd you get?
A raccoon that seats 40 people.
Hey,
What?
I spent $100 on singing lessons. Did you know that?
No, but I know a good lawyer who'll get your money back.
Hey, Roy, I hear you've been feeling poorly.
Yeah, I took so much medicine I was sick a long time after I was well.
What do zebras have that no other animals have?
Little zebras.
Buck, I bet you can't tell me which month has 28 days in it.
Bet you can. All of them.
Buck, did you forget about that $5 you owe me?
Pull up there and stop all of a sudden.
You're changing the subject.
Oh,
You're changing the subject
the $5
again.
that I owe you.
Have you forgot about it?
No, Roy, I haven't, but give me time.
Don't that fry your taters?
I've got 3 changes of clothes.
What's that?
Put on, take off, and go without.
Here is Tammy Wynette.
If you can find it in your heart to just forgive, I'll come back and live the way you wanted me hear another dirty joke. All I want is just to be your girl. Please come and get me and take me to your world. Take me to your world, away from barrooms filled with smoke, where I won't have to serve a drink or hear another dirty joke. All I want is just to be your girl. Please come and get me and take me to your
As we look in on the Culhanes of Cornfield County, we find that Grandpa Culhane has fallen on hard times.
Guess we'll never find another dog like good old Hard Times.
A terrible thing nearly killed him.
Who, Hard Times?
No, Grandpa. Hard Times is iron dog we have on the lawn.
Iron. I've been feeding him 3 times a day for 5 years.
I've heard of pig iron. Never heard of dog iron. Heard a dog would.
Our dog never would. Just as well.
Here comes the 506.
Tune in next time when we'll hear Cousin Lulu say,
My girdle is killing me.
Wouldn't that chuck your corn?
Hey, Grandpa, what's for supper?
Baked possum, sweet taters, turnip greens, Indian pie, corn cake, pickled beets, and crumb pudding.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have a chocolate one on this side. And you put them together and have a tutti frutti.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Want some?
We all were amazed as the kids kept on coming. The doctor bills mounted, I said that's enough. That duck by the hog pen ain't no duck at all, dear. That duck is a stork with his legs wore plumb off.
Well, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I'd found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Hey, Roy, why did you steal that woman's purse?
Well, I've been feeling the mite poorly here of late, and I thought the change would do me good.
Lulu, I know a girl was in the men's army.
That's ridiculous. You'd have to live with all the men. They'd find out.
I know, but who's gonna tell? Boy, how's everything going?
Not too good, Shib. I mean, it's been pretty terrible. I had some trees I wanted to cut down, but a cyclone came along and saved me that trouble. Then a spark set fire to the trees in the brush. I just let that go.
What are you gonna do now?
Well, I think I'll just wait around till the earthquake happens and shakes all the taters out of the ground.
Pay attention, boys. These gags is for the birds.
Hey, Sheb, how you like that new baby you got over at your house?
All right, I reckon, but there's things we needed a lot worse.
See, you got a letter from your boss firing you. How come you went back to work on Tuesday?
Well, it said on the envelope, return in 5 days.
You know my pa's a conductor.
Orchestra?
Nope.
Streetcar?
Nope. He was struck by lightning.
Oh.
Faron Young.
Lately drinking warm red wine is all I want to do. And I never know how tight I'll wind me up till I walk in. But I don't care, 'cause I'll be back to wind me up again. I want to thank the men that raise the grapes way out in California. And I'm hoping this will be their biggest year. All scarlet water's all that's left to keep me hanging on. And that's why I'll try to wind me up each day and night next year. Wind me up, turn me on, and watch me cry for you. Lately drinking warm red wine is all I want to do. And I never know how tight I'll wind me up till I walk in. I don't care, 'cause I'll be back to wind me up again.
Hey, Junior, you ought to see the girl I'm looking at.
What is she like?
Oh, she's tall and blonde and willery and ain't hardly got much clothes on either.
Boy, I sure wish I was facing that way.
Join us next week at 60 minutes to 10.
And 60 minutes till 9 Central Time on
Also appearing on Hee Haw tonight, Jeb Woolley and his sidekick, Ben Calder, Archie Campbell, Gordie Tapp, Don Harron, Jeannine Riley, Grandpa Jones, Lulu Roman, Junior Samples, Jennifer Bishop, Susan Raye, Stringbean, Cathy Baker, Kingfish the Wonder Dog, Don Rich and the Buckaroos, and the Nashville Edition.
Hee Haw!